Trying to recover from a broken down heart. It's so hard starting over, fighting your way in the dark. Memories of you haunt me every second of the day. They keep yelling at me in the silence they portray. Screaming in the night, wakes me up from my sleep. My eyes are soaking wet from all the tears that I weep. When you coming home is a question on my mind, but you never answer me, ignoring me.
Yeah, it was good. I felt great just to be back out there with the guys. It was just good being back.
How do you feel as close to 100% as you can? Or?
I feel pretty good.
Trending for Sunday?
I don't know, man. We gonna see. Time will tell.
What do you need to see? What has to be right in the next 4 days to know?
I mean, I just got to get cleared by the docs, really. That's really the last step, to be honest.
What's been the hardest part about sitting out? I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you could play Sunday, what would it mean to come out against a team like the Bears?
It'll be great, man. Just go against a North opponent. You know, this the basically playoff time of the season. You know, playing in December, so it'll be great going back out there playing against them.
What's been the hardest part about sitting out?
Hardest part about sitting out, I kind of enjoyed it a little bit, just to watch other guys, you know, go out there and take advantage of the opportunity. And, I mean, yeah, man, this was like really my first time. I never had surgery ever in my career, so that was my first time literally sitting out besides me being in college and sitting out when I transferred. But other than that, yeah, I kind of enjoyed it, man. Those guys balled out, so, you know, I enjoy watching them.
Is there anything different coming back now after sitting out for the first real time with surgery? Is there anything you learn from it or take from it on the field?
Really just patience, man. Like, I learned a lot about patience. I learned how to cook. So that's pretty much it.
What do you think you can bring to the offense as it's starting to get trending in the right direction?
Just juice, man. Energy. I'm a high motor guy, I think. I like to bring a lot of juice and energy. So, yep.
Can I ask, what did you learn how to cook?
A lot of things, man. Pasta was probably the first one. I made breakfast a lot. I made salmon, honey hot shrimp, fried chicken wings, you name it, anything, rotel, anything.
You got a favorite?
I like my rotel the most. It tastes the best to me. Yep.
YouTubing stuff or what?
Kind of, yeah, and then my lady kind of helped me. So, yep, kind of get best of both worlds.
Speaking of guys who stepped up, what was your perspective on Dontavian, what he did against the Lions? Just kind of
Yeah, man. I mean, that's something I knew he can do from the time I met him, the time I seen him at the Senior Bowl. He's always had the talent, you know, it just takes opportunity to see it. So, you know, he took advantage of that last week, and he's going to continue to do that.
Jaden, speaking of the Lions game as a whole, just what did you see from the offense and the way it was clicking out there, especially with Jordan throwing for 4 touchdowns?
I just feel like everything was free. Like, everybody was playing free, confident. Even, like, everything, like, all the coaches, we all believe in each other. You know, on the sideline, we was all engaged, you know, asking each other about certain plays. We was just together, man. It just, everything was clicking, and it just, you know, it showed out on the field.
The magnitude of Sunday, how do you make sure you're the same mindset of playing free as a team against Bears?
Man, I've been through enough, you know, and I've been through, so I never doubt myself. You know, I've been through a lot of my life, so at this point, you know, I've always had confidence in everything I do. No, it's no doubt, you know, that I can go out there and play to the best of my ability. So, yeah.
Jaden, what excites you most about facing the Bears and just this historic rivalry?
It's my hometown, man. I grew up watching the Bears, to be honest, and you know, it's just a blessing to be able to go out there and, you know, participate in this rivalry. So I'm excited just to, you know, be a part of it.
In the past, but if this is sustainable, you can get out there and do your thing.
Confidence is really good. Confidence is really good. Now it's just getting back into
Just saying,
football.
go
Getting back into football.
get the quarterback,
Catching the
go,
ball,
yeah,
running the
like,
ball.
play fast.
Getting back into football shape.
How was
Yeah,
your
I mean,
mental
I've
throughout
gotten
all
some of
this?
those CFLs not because I'm.
Mental was
I get
good,
called,
but it's.
to
I'm not
take
gonna
a
sit here and
shot,
say it
but
wasn't
rather
challenging,
because-
you know, because
I'm
you know,
in
it happens
the
here,
position
happens there,
that I need
happens.
to be.
I'm a human,
I'm
so
read the cues
definitely,
that I
you know,
need to
there's
read,
times where I
and
was
then
up.
when you're
Only
in the
person who really know how I feel is
if you read
my
the
girlfriend when I
keys,
go back
you
home
understand
because I
what's
talk
coming.
to her different things, but
You're
just
allowed
having the
to
right
take some
people
of those
around,
shots.
you know, Dr.
And,
Carr, our
when you
psychologist,
when you take it, you
psychologist
make
here,
it. That's what we
he
say.
helps you with everything. Talk to him, talk to my girlfriend, just be open to everybody. So I feel like that was the biggest thing, and just keep the right mind, but also just my faith, and that's the biggest thing.
So along those lines, what did it feel like to get out there as far as the mental outlook of it all?
Yeah, football. I love it. I love football. When I'm on the field, I'm ready to go. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm just ready to go. So it was fun to be out there. So when I get the ball in my hands, I make sure I sprint, you know, as fast as I can. I catch the ball, cut as well as I can. So that's something that's stick with me throughout.
Marshawn, through the last 2 years, how many moments have you been like, why me? Why is this happening again?
A lot. But you know, you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it. And I had one of my teammates came up to me and asked me. He was like, "How do you do it?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like it's hard. It's definitely hard. But you know, it's you gotta keep your faith. You gotta keep your faith. You gotta keep good people around you just to make sure you keep yourself in the right mind."
I know you said you didn't, go into details about the experience, out west for the experience, but now have you had to change how you train or how you do things like what were some of those tweaks that you made?
I definitely did. Definitely have to change a couple things and focus on something that was really important. Our training staff and our organization really, for them to allow me to do that and do everything for me for that, it was amazing. So I'm super excited. And I'm super happy that they figured that out.
What have these last couple of months been like? Is it out of rehabbing or in the team meetings?
So yeah. So all the team meetings, I've been in there every day. My coach still keeps me like as if I'm playing. So he asks me multiple questions of pretty much as if I'm playing. I still take the tests we take every Saturday. I take all the tests. So I'm still in it mentally. Now it's just getting back into physically.
When you get back on the field, what do you think you can provide to this football team?
Whatever they need, whatever they want me to do. I missed a lot of games, but I do feel like I can do some things to help. So whenever my number's called, I'll be ready to go.
What does it say that, through all this turmoil and everything that's happening, this team, I feel like they've talked to enough people in this locker room and the coaches, they still have so much confidence in you as a player.
That's special. I try to give my all through everything I do. The coaches believe in me. I mean, they always say that they drafted me for a reason, and I'm ready to prove that, like show them who they drafted and why they drafted me. So like I said, whenever my number's called, I'm willing to put on for this organization and and my family back at home.
How big is this game in your mind?
Man, that's a big game for sure. Obviously, NFC North matchup, and obviously the Bears #1 in the NFC and top in the NFC North right now. So it'll be a great game, and obviously a game we got to go out there and handle business.
Jordan, you always hear, it's just another game, but why this one is not, and you guys are embracing it? Why is that?
I think for obvious reasons. Like I said, they're #1 in the NFC. So obviously we haven't played them yet. The only team in the NFC North we haven't seen. So and two games in 3 weeks. So it'll be a great matchup. They're a good team, and like we've always said, it's that 1-0 mentality. Just handle business this week.
You guys have done a really good job of taking care of the ball, but you're facing a team that does a really good job of taking it away. What have you seen from them, and what is the key to once again consistently taking care of the ball in this matchup?
Yeah, it's something that we've harped on all season. Is we got to go out there and do a great job just protecting the ball, and that's everybody. That's me, the receivers, the running backs, anybody that's carrying the ball. And like you said, they're #1 in the league at creating turnovers and getting interceptions. So I think they do a good job. Their DBs are they're aware of the ball, and they're making plays when it is in the air. So obviously a great group of DBs over there, but it just comes down to us, being smart with decisions and just taking care of it at all times.
Is there anything you found different about this Bears defense than the one you faced in January?
Last season, you're saying? Yeah, I think obviously new coordinator over there, new defense coordinator. So, kind of similar style, but, I think they are doing a good job. Their coverages look pretty good. And like we said before, they're doing a good job at hunting the ball right now and flying around. So they do a lot of stuff, and we'll have to just, prepare this week and see all the looks that we're going to get and go into it with a good game plan.
Your touchdown to Christian last week, you had verticals on both sides. How do you know and when do you know that you're going to go there? Is that before the snap? Is there something you see after the snap that know that that's the right way to target?
It's just we call it a pick a side. You're just kind of going to your best matchup, who you want to go to, and like you said, you got mirrored routes on both sides, so you just kind of look out, see what you got, and I liked Christian winning down the field right there.
Is there something about how he ran that route that you noticed during the play, or is that okay? I like this matchup before the snap. Like, how does that work?
No, it's all really just like you said, pre-snap, kind of knowing who you got out there, knowing what matchup you got on the other side with DBs and things like that. But it's really one of those things where you just get back and you kind of peek when you get to the top of your drop, see if anybody's just one clean or anything like that. But I just kind of wanted to work Christian, obviously, with a guy with that much speed. You want to give him a chance down the field, and he did what he needed to do.
You've been doing that a lot more the past couple of weeks. I think he's had 17 targets the last 2 games. Is that intentional on your part with how he's come back?
With Christian?
Make sure he's
Yeah, I think that's kind of just the way it's gone down. But, I think he's been, capitalizing on those ops that he's had. He's done some really good job, made some big-time contested catches downfield, and I think he's improved on all that stuff. So I think when the guy's making plays, you just kind of keep feeding him. But I think it's just the way some of the plays are playing out, too, and some of the opportunities we got with coverage matchups and things like that. But he's capitalizing on all those ops he's got.
How's Jaden looked, and what's going to mean to get him back just from a yards after catch perspective? You have to handle a lot as this tough one out.
He's looked good, man. He's looked, obviously, like you said, he's been putting work on the side to be able to get back, and having him back out there at practice has been it's been nice. So we all know what he's capable when he's on the field, and like you said, the things he does when he gets the ball in his hands, when just a playmaker, just a real dynamic playmaker. So we've been missing that. It'll be nice to hopefully get him back.
As you hit this game and this stretch, what are you most confident in about the Packer offense right now?
Yeah, I think we've improved a lot on a lot of things that we've needed to improve on from the earlier games we played, and it's all about just keep stacking, keep focusing on doing our job, and the little details that's going to help keep propelling us. But guys been stepping up and making plays, like I said. O-line's been doing a great job keeping me clean, and the run game obviously I think has been looking better and better. So it's a lot of stuff we've just kind of slowly been improving on, and keep harping on the details and focus on doing our job. But it's trending in the right direction.
Jordan, Matt took a stray from Ben Johnson at his introductory press conference when Ben said, "I enjoyed beating Matt a couple times a year." I know you want to win the game for a lot of reasons, but is there one you want to win it for your coach, and based on what was said?
Nah, we're not worried about those things that are said. It's another game. Obviously, the Bears matchup. We're always trying to win that game.
You heard it though. You said it. I imagine.
I've seen some stuff. Yeah, I've seen some stuff.
What went through your head?
It is what it is, man.
Jordan, Aaron really embraced this rivalry and played into it. Can you feel this as a player, the rivalry between these two teams as it enters a new era with you and obviously Caleb Williams?
Yeah, I think it's a rivalry game that dates back way before I've been here. So it's one of those things that you know what the rivalry is all about, and obviously what the week brings. So it's a fun rivalry to be a part of. But I think for the most part, it just comes down to those NFC North games. And like I said before, you got the two top teams in NFC North going against each other, which I think just feeds into everything a little bit more. But it's a great rivalry.
They were 5-12 last year. When do they get your attention this season?
This season? I think they've been doing some good things. I think records kind of don't always speak for the type of team that you're playing, but I think they've been trending in the right direction, doing a lot of good things. I think their defense has always been really solid and done some really good things. In the last couple of matchups, we've had some close games. And so, I think their offense has been building. Obviously, Caleb going into year 2 has been doing some really good things over there. So, I think everything's coming together for them now, and everybody's seeing the type of team that they are. But they've been winning some close games, and that's what it takes in the league. But new coaching staff over there, a lot of things for them. But I think they've been a solid team.
Hey Jordan, Kyle just mentioned Aaron, and you just mentioned Caleb. I'm just curious. It feels like throughout Aaron's career, for as long as he played, he never had like a quarterback rival, right? Like Brady versus Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be fun if you and Caleb? I know you know him a little, right? Would it be fun if you guys kind of had that? You guys, both your teams are really good and you're playing for a lot of things. Does that idea appeal to you? I know you want to win the game most important.
Yeah, I mean, I think, that stuff all plays a part in it and makes it even a cooler game. You know what I mean? The rivalry's already there, and then obviously, Caleb doing some good things this season and trending up. So I think, that aspect kind of plays another little part. Like you said, everybody wants to see the quarterback matchup. But, yeah, for us, it's just another game, and, I like watching him on tape and seeing some of the cool things he does. But, yeah, it'll be a good matchup.
After watching the tape of Detroit, what's the thing you take away from that? I mean, what direction do you think your offense is trending?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing from the Detroit game is guys make plays, and that's, I think, the difference in that game is, when it mattered most, a lot of fourth down plays, some big-time third down conversions, and then, like I said, some big-time catches. But guys just making plays, and that's usually the difference in the game. I think we talked about winning the turnover battle and playing clean on not having any turnovers, and that's always a difference. But it just came down to guys making plays and winning those matchups.
Jordan, speaking of those fourth downs, Matt had mentioned from the Arizona game you giving him kind of the look coming to the sideline to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys obviously went for it and got it 3 times on Thanksgiving. Are you kind of excited about maybe the idea of being a little more aggressive? Not stupid, but still aggressive?
Yeah, I love it. I think for me, being the quarterback, you love to just know that, the coach has the confidence in the offense to be able to go out there and execute on those big-time conversions that we needed. And for us, it's just a matter of going out there and making him right and converting those things. But, yeah, you love the opportunity to be able to go out there and just make him right in that instance. And, I think we've done a great job on third down and fourth down this season and stuff just we got to keep building on. But, you want that. You want that opportunity to be able to go out there and execute and stay on the field in those situations.
Jordan, what's been key for you in terms of keeping the ball out of harm's way? I know after the Carolina and Philly game, you really wanted to put an emphasis on that in the last 3 games. It seems like it hasn't been a problem at all.
I mean, that's something we focus on all season, just taking care of the ball, and that's everybody. But it just comes down for me, decision making and, like I said, making those smart decisions, understanding where I need to go with the ball, certain looks, and, sometimes when to just throw it away or find the check down. So just smart decision making at the end of the day.
Jordan, a lot of teams talk about, especially getting into December, they want to be playing their best football. Do you feel like this team is kind of at that point, starting to kind of make that surge to playing at the level that you guys want to?
Yeah, I think it's trending in the right direction. I think there's still a lot of stuff we can improve on and keep, we've talked about all season, just playing complementary ball. And I think we've done some good things, but there's always more room for improvement. But, yeah, like you said, you always want to be trending in the right direction at the end of the season and playing your best ball in December. So, I think we got some more work to do. Obviously, 5 games left and a good test this week, but something we just got to keep finding ways to, like I said before, stay on the details, stay the course, have a great week of prep throughout the week and, find ways to go out there and keep playing our best ball.
Banks has been able to string together a healthy stretch here. You have a new center, a right guard. Do you feel like you've found something on the middle of your offensive line with the run game especially?
Yeah, I mean, I think with some of the injuries we've had and guys moving around, it's always tough, but I think guys have stepped up and done some really good things. Sean's been able to do some great things at center, obviously having to step up with E going down. And then, AB's been able to come in at guard and do some pretty good things as well. You mentioned Banks. I think he's been playing really good the last couple of weeks. But, yeah, it's just they're coming together and they're making plays. And, I think in the past game they've been doing a great job handling a lot of the different looks we've been seeing, a lot of different pressure things, and just giving me time, keeping me clean. That's all you can ask for as a quarterback. But they've been doing a great job, and it's something we just got to keep staying at it.
With that said, in the past game, how much more tuned do you have to be to the rush when you have a guy, Sean, that's never really played full-time center before? You got a rookie tackle playing guard. How much more tuned do you have to be to the rush?
I don't think not much. I think the biggest thing is just making sure the communication pre-snap is everybody's on the same page. I think that's the biggest thing with someone who hasn't been out there as much, with Sean at center. But I think he's done a great job with that. But I think everybody just makes sure we're on the same page. with some of the pressure looks and just communication, especially, you know, when we're on the road, being in that atmosphere. But I think Sean's done a great job. But, you know, I trust these guys post-snap that they're going to be able to handle all the looks. And, you know, if we don't, something that you just come to the sideline, talk about it, and make sure, you know, going forward we're all on the same page. But it just comes down to that pre-snap communication, make sure everybody's dialed in so we don't get any, you know, easy ones where we're just cutting guys loose.
Jordan, if I remember right, in that Players Tribune article that you posted this summer, that you at one point in your life like didn't think about or thinking that you would never play football again, and then fast forward to like now you have so much confidence in yourself and you've been vocal about being aggressive as a quarterback. At what point in your career did you build that confidence in yourself that, hey, you know, I want to be here and I want to, you know, be the aggressive quarterback I am? Was it in college? Was it in the NFL?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a long journey, you know, from high school where my mindset was at, and, you know, going to college and, you know, being a backup there, and then obviously getting my opportunity, and the same thing coming to the NFL and you know, being able to sit behind A-Rod, watch him and learn and grow and then get my shot. But I think a lot of that stuff just came from, you know, getting these reps over the time. You know, I haven't always played the same kind of style of ball as a quarterback, and I think a lot of it's just learning, growing, you know, seeing other guys do some cool things and just building that. But, you know, I think every rep I get, every rep I've gotten, I've learned from, grown from, and it's all kind of got me to where I'm at now.
Jordan,
2 more for Jordan.
Bill asked you about Reed, but I'm curious if this is the Wicks you're going to get for the last 5 games, healthy and doing what he did on Thursday. What does that do for your offense?
You know, I think the stuff he did was just cool to see, and I think that's the work he's put in. But I think more than anything for everybody, you know, it's just everybody's got to be ready whenever that ball comes their way to be able to go out there like Wicks did and just capitalize on all those opportunities. You know, I think he's done a great job just staying the course where, you know, we've talked about it before. We got a lot of receivers that do some really cool things. So, you know, obviously it's hard to be able to, you know, spread the ball around and get everybody as many touches as they want. But, you know, I think for everybody it's the mindset of just staying ready. You know, when you get those ops, go out there and capitalize. And obviously, hopefully Jay Reed gets back. Hopefully, you know, see if MG can get back. But like I said, we just got a lot of guys. So, you know, whenever the ball comes your way, find ways to make those plays and capitalize on it, and you'll get more ops. But it's one of those things where you never know. You never know who's going to have that day. And we talk about Christian doing some really good things. Rome's done some great things all season. So we just got to stay ready and, you know, make those ops when the ball comes your way.
At this stage of your career, is weather a factor? If it's cold Sunday, is that a factor to you or this offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always a factor. You know, it's something that you got to go out there and just be mentally tough, mentally strong, and find ways to tough it out and play through some of the cold. But cold, wind, rain, snow, you know, those things are all factors, especially in the pass game. But it's one of those things where, you know, you practice it every day. You kind of, you know, build a callus, I'd say, to it. But yeah, it's different than, you know, playing in an indoor where you ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. But it's one of those things you just got to, whatever it takes, find ways to play through it and, you know, come out with the goal of getting a win.
You did Hands of Love last night. When you come away from that and brought Rashid along, what does that mean to you? Maybe the feedback you get from the kids or helping them out. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, no, that was awesome. You know, we had 8 guys that came out and helped out, and you know, it's cool. It's an awesome experience, I think, for all of us to be able to go out there and just give back. And I know we make an impact on the kids' lives that are out there, and them just being able to talk to us. And it takes me back to being, you know, in high school, being young, and be able to, you know, I never had that opportunity to be around NFL players, but just, you know, think like how cool that would be. So I hope, you know, it makes a positive impact on those kids' lives and something they can always take with them, and just being around us and hopefully, you know, give them people to look up to.
The 211th matchup between the Packers and Bears is upon us. And with first place in the NFC North, and potentially more on the line, the stakes couldn't be any higher.
The Bears definitely has a different, you know, vibe, different energy to it. You know, a gritty game, a tough game that's going to be a 4-quarter battle. So now we're going to go out there, try to, you know, get after them early, and hopefully it won't be a close game.
He can fly, and he can fly to the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
It's a long time rivalry. Every time we play them, we know what they're going to bring. You know, they're not messing around. They're trying to do exactly what we're trying to do, and win the division and then, you know, win the Super Bowl. So, you know, we can't wait to go out there and compete and challenge them.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by
Xavier McKinney.
We're out here partnering with some kids from Better Days Mentoring, and we had a little bit of a shopping spree today. Got a lot of the teammates out here, hopefully making a big impact on these kids' lives. What y'all looking for today? What are we looking for? We're going straight to the shoes now.
We get buckets.
I think it's a pretty cool experience for the kids to shop and then just be around us, ask us questions, and just hang out with us. All day. I know they get a lot out of it and hopefully can carry that forward. And hopefully that all my teammates, we're all role models for these guys, and they can look forward to watching us on Sundays. Crazy. Surprise, surprise. This is Jordan Love, quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, and I am happy to accept my team's nomination for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award. Being nominated for the work you're doing, not just on the field, but the stuff you're doing off the field, is big time.
His work on the field is such a small amount of who he actually is.
I'm right behind you.
He'll do everything that he can to help the community. He wants to be as impactful as he can.
Hands of Love Foundation started about 2 years ago with the emphasis to try and give back to youth and keep kids involved in sports. We've done some pretty cool things like doing youth camps. We've also done a cleat drive campaign where every touchdown I score, we've been able to give teams in Wisconsin, and we're now doing Bakersfield, everyone on the team a new pair of cleats. Also with this, there's a mental health side. My family's been impacted. We've had suicide in our family. Whether it's raising money, bringing awareness, doing suicide prevention walks, just to be out there to support other people that might be going through these things, understanding that people aren't alone.
Since you're doing some good reading, can you read this out loud for me?
Oh, wow.
How you doing?
What a surprise this is. Read it out loud. Congratulations, you're the Green Bay Packers nominee for the 2025 Walter Payton Man of the Year. Wow. Wow.
As a mother, to be able to share this moment where you guys announced to him that he's been nominated by the team for this special award was amazing to be a part of it.
Wow, what a surprise.
To be able to share this moment with him, it's incredible. It's something that he'll always put on everybody. He won't accept it for himself, but he'll say it's the work of everyone around him. It's just so cool to see that people appreciate and notice the work that he's been doing.
And I think just the way I was raised, my parents always instilling in us that mindset to not only think of us, but to think of others. My mom's kept me grounded in that way to try and keep giving back and keep helping others out.
He's faced a lot of hardship in his life. For him to be recognized for something he's doing behind the scenes and off the field, it definitely makes me proud.
I am so proud of Jordan. I'm so happy for him, and I know he's proud too.
Thank you, Jordan!
With wideout Jayden Reed's 21-day window to return from IR open, he continues to make strides to get back on the field. And he'll look to pick up right where he left off as a playmaker for the Packers.
Love throws right side of the end zone. Touchdown, Jayden Reed!
Just to add another, playmaker like Jay Reed, it'll be huge. I mean, we're definitely going to be a lot better football team with him out there, so I'm excited to get him back.
He's got a ton of experience, and we've moved him all over the place. There's a lot of things that he brings to our team. He's a yak machine. The dog mentality he brings to our offense, just competing to the highest level.
Man, it felt great just to go back out there with the guys and be able to fly around again, so that definitely felt great. I'm definitely a piece that can help the team, man. I just, waiting for my number to be called.
This one-on-one is brought to you by Brewpub, lots of matzo pizza. Dontavian, against the Lions, you matched your career highs with 6 catches and 2 touchdowns. Don't be modest. Was it your best game as a Green Bay Packer?
I would say, yeah.
There's Dontavian Wicks!
It's Thanksgiving. Everybody don't play on Thanksgiving. The whole family watching. Just playing on that day and playing the first game and, showing out and getting the win is always big time.
Could you give me a first-hand account, your perspective of that first touchdown catch?
I seen the safety, but, you know, I just had to make the play. It's a 4th down. It's a play that, you know, it was an op. So just capitalizing on my ops, that's, you know, the biggest thing.
Floating for the corner, which he is! Yes, he's in!
Your second TD catch. What would you say was the degree of difficulty? Because the margin for error from the outside looking in, kind of zero between the throw and the catch.
Going out is always harder when you're trying to turn back to the quarterback to, you know, even adjust and see where the ball at. I just got to get to the outside, and Tim made a hell of a throw.
Glove looks, got Wicks diving for the pylon, and a touchdown. What a catch by Wicks.
The catch that iced the game. Did you know Jordan was going to you with that football?
We go through them scenarios in practice a lot. Just trusting that preparation you put in. I knew they was going to pressure, so I knew I had to do it fast. And I knew I had the angle to the ball, you know, so I can go up and make the play.
Dontavian, you guys are 8-3-1. You got the Bears coming to town on Sunday. What's important right now for Dontavian Wicks and the Green Bay Packers?
It's a battle of the North. You know, it's a big game. We know they leading right now. You know, and this game gonna help us control our own destiny, so we gotta come out, compete, you know, and play complimentary football, you know, and I think we'll have the best chance gaining the lead in the North.
Hey everybody, it's Three Guys with Three Things, and Michael, you are up.
Well, Larry, this is the first Packers-Bears game in quite a while that has such high stakes for both teams, but one thing that hasn't changed is the Chicago Bears defense takes the football away. They lead the league, 26 takeaways, also a league-leading 17 interceptions. 25 of those takeaways have come in their 9 victories. So you do the math, in their 3 losses, they've only got 1. So protect the football and you put yourself in a good position. The Packers haven't given the ball away at all during this current 3-game winning streak, so that's what you got to keep going.
Weston.
The circle of life in the NFL, Larry, it takes different turns, and unfortunately for the Green Bay Packers, they now know they will not have Devontae Wyatt available to them for the rest of the season. So what does that mean? A lot of young guys are going to have to step up, but also Colby Wooden and Carl Brooks are going to have to step into bigger roles for this defensive line. And for many years, those 2 guys were sort of the secondary, the complementary guys to Kenny Clark and Wyatt. And now they step into a larger spotlight. This is going to be a heavy test that they face on Sunday against the Chicago Bears, whose 1-2 punch each produced 100 rushing yards last week. The run defense for Green Bay has been stout for most of the season, but that group is going to have to really pull the boats together here to get through the rest of the season.
Gentlemen, would you agree that the object of the whole exercise is to be playing your best football at the end?
I'd say so.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, under Matt LaFleur, in week 13 and later, the Packers are 26-7, and that is tied for the best during that span in the NFL. Bring on the Bears. And that's Three Guys with Three Things. See you next time.
Wakes me up from my sleep. My eyes are soaking wet from all the tears that I weep. When you're coming home is the question on my mind, but you never answer me, ignoring me all the time. Oh, I wish I could turn back the pages.
All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all. Bounce, y'all.
Brett Favre proved just how tough he was against the Bears on November 12, 1995. Fighting a severely sprained ankle, Favre put on a masterclass performance. He finished the game with over 330 yards and a career best 5 touchdown passes, including a 44-yard strike to Robert Brooks for his second of the day. The Packers would win this one 35-28. Memorable moments brought to you by Oneida Casino Hotel.